Big Roblox news today. Schlep uploaded a video called Roblox Take a Seat. Yes, sir. Featuring Hansen. This will be insane. I'm gonna see if the Holy Spirit puts any more scriptures in my heart so I can show y'all. To, you know. Anyway.
Roblox isn't a place where we filter all the text and the voice, where we monitor for critical harms, where there's no image sharing or any of the things that might happen from that.
I want to start off by saying that we all want to keep Roblox safe. We share this view, and we know that there's members of our community who feel strongly about that too. And you know what? We welcome them as part of the dialogue about how to keep Roblox.
He's going to save it. He's going to stop them. Whoa! Whoa!
We've innovated with agent
Oh! He threw it.
We want to keep people on our platform.
And that's the big bang.
This whole situation is kind of crazy.
Everybody go donate to this boy Schlep.
This is probably the worst decision this company has ever made.
Hashtag free Schlep on God. Yeah, they actually need Schlep.
I'm wishing Schlep the best.
Roblox, you need to do something.
There's got to be something done.
Nobody at Roblox listens to us. I'm frustrated, man. I'm frustrated.
Why should we support a platform that is taking steps to prevent predators from getting caught?
Roblox has just lost $12 billion in market value following their response to their cease and desist letter against me.
All because they banned one guy. They lost $12 billion all because they banned one guy.
For context, I'm someone who's gotten 6 predators within their community arrested in real life. That loss though isn't on me. It's a direct result of Roblox's own response to its child safety crisis. Instead of addressing the real issues, Roblox has doubled, tripled, even quadrupled down. They've put out statements after statements painting me and my team as reckless vigilantes while claiming that their platform is safe, when it absolutely is. And that's why a huge movement has started online called Free Schlep. It's been trending everywhere. Multiple members of Congress have now called out the company's child abuse problem, and the Attorney General of Louisiana has filed a giant lawsuit against the company for, and I quote, prioritizing user growth, revenue, and profits over child safety. The day after the Attorney General's lawsuit was filed, Roblox's market value dropped by $12 billion. In response, the company scrambled to roll out new policies targeting the very not safe for work games featured in the lawsuit and
keep in mind that there are still a lot of bad games out there. Matter of fact, let me show you something. This is a tracking website that tracks Roblox games and things of that nature. So, if you go to this website, you go to games, game catalog, and you search for Meep City. You'll see it right here. Now, I want you to look at something, you know. I just want you to look at something. Just want you to look at something. Just want you to look at something. Now, if you don't know if you're wondering why are you pointing this out, Angel, I'm gonna need you to understand something. Meep City is a game that people have complained about for the past, I don't know, 5 years or something. It had a lot of features in it that were extremely bad, like horrible, and Roblox wasn't doing anything about it. Matter of fact, in their recent video uploaded on their channel, episode 28, I believe, talked about Meep City, saying and defending Meep City, saying that the developer, it should not be the developer's fault on what the community is doing, along those lines. Now, it turns out it is the developer's fault, because this has been happening for how many years again did I say? 5. So the developer finally took action. I don't know if it was the developer or Roblox pressured them to take action, and they finally removed those features, which obviously made a lot of online daters and very mad. Now, I want you to spot the difference. When do you think this update came out? When do you, I wonder how many online daters and players were on this game, allegedly. I wonder. I wonder. New visits dropped as well to 600,000, 300,000. It was getting 5 million. Now 300,000? Oh, I wonder why. But anyway, let's continue.
My videos, like for instance bathroom simulators. Mind you, the community has been calling out these games for years now, but still,
bro.
even after everything, instead of removing these blatantly inappropriate experiences, Roblox simply slapped a 17+ label on them.
Which again, a 17-year-old in America is still a minor. 18 is the legal age of consent, not 17. Roblox, what is this? I don't get their obsession with 17 and not 18. Just make it 18. Just, like, man. They're just lining themselves up for another lawsuit, bro.
They also launched a ban wave against some of the worst games they've knowingly hosted for years. Games that have led thousands of children to getting extorted, and worse. Roblox's actions are nothing more than damage control for the problems they've allowed to fester, when the entire community was screaming at them to fix these problems. And the community saw that killing the messenger was an act of war.
Yep. The worst thing you can do.
Shortly after these changes, Roblox released a video so bad that it was community noted on Twitter twice. David Baszucki, the CEO of Roblox.
You know things are bad when Twitter, out of all places, actually starts having common sense.
Matt Kaufman, the chief safety officer of Roblox, and Eliza Jacobs, the senior director of product policy, did a 45-minute tech talk.
Oh yeah, by the way, I want to tell y'all something about this guy. Last episode I pointed out that Schlep pointed out that he had a badge from one of these bad games on Roblox. He had a badge. A badge is something that you get within a game on Roblox by either doing something, or if you just join the game, you get the badge. Now, he got caught having one of these badges, right? And to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, Creekcraft had a very good point on this, made a very good point on this on one of his live streams. He is the chief safety officer. I think that's what it's called. I think that's what he just called it. So it would make sense why he would be the one that goes into these games, into these bad games, just to see if they're following terms of service and things like that. It does make sense, but it also points out the fact that they've known these problems have existed for a long time, and now they're doing something about it.
Most of this is just corporate jumbo, but they go ahead and respond directly to their vigilante policy. Before I show this, I want you to remember, I'm the only person that Roblox has targeted with this vigilante policy that they just created. Not even my team was moderated or given any legal letter. I begged for a clear line and even offered to keep much of my work private to help, and I'm no way obligated to do that, but instead, they went straight after me, moderating my accounts and sending a cease and desist before I could even react to the policy. And let's be clear about one thing. I'm not a vigilante. That means I'm taking the law into my own hands.
Yeah, he's not a vigilante. A vigilante is somebody who takes the law in their hands, like Batman, for example. He's not Batman, okay? He's giving this information to the police, and the police are doing something about it.
We work with law enforcement, which is why we have arrests. Roblox refuses to say my name because they'd have to acknowledge those arrests. But make no mistake, they're responding to the outrage, which is about me, and this is what they had to say about it. They first start off the interview by talking about how vigilantes started out as a good thing.
Both inside of Roblox, and I think that there are lots of people outside of Roblox who really have the best intentions and the welfare of our community at heart. We all want to keep Roblox safe. And you know what? We welcome them in part of the dialogue about how to keep Roblox safer. And we have members of the community in these vigilante groups that started off in a really good place. They started off by saying hey, they're reporting on issues on Roblox. They're talking about how we could do better. And you know, we paid really careful attention.
This statement is just laughably hilarious. If Roblox is really paying attention, then what about when my mom emailed you guys about my own case? What did you...
Wow. By the way, I just want to remind y'all of something. Matthew 19:22, verse 22 to 24. Then Jesus said to his disciples, "Truly I tell you, it is hard for someone who is rich to enter the kingdom of heaven. Again, I tell you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for someone who is rich to enter the kingdom of heaven." And tell y'all why. If you want to be perfect, go sell your possessions and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come follow me. When the young man heard this, he went away sad, because he had great wealth. He wanted to keep his wealth. He didn't want to give it to, he didn't want to sell his possessions. He didn't want to give to the poor. He didn't want to have treasures in heaven. He wanted to have treasures on the earth. Why am I saying this, you may be asking? It will become abundantly clear as the video goes on.
Do that? Nothing. Actually, you kept paying the guy for years afterwards until you were literally forced to do something about it.
They only did something when they were forced to do something.
If what Roblox was claiming was actually true, them listening to the community, why are the biggest content creators leaving your exclusive YouTuber program in protest of how you're moderating your platform? And I'm gonna actually bring up something later in this interview to show you how much of a joke this is. This here is Meep City, one of the most controversial games on Roblox. Creecraft, one of the largest Roblox YouTubers, joined this game and within 4 seconds was exposed to not safe for work content.
Good thing, though, Roblox did do something about that game, okay? Let's give credit where credit is due. Roblox or the developer did something about that, okay? Fine, okay? You got 1 W, Roblox. Congratulations. You got 1 W.
The community has been complaining about this game for almost a decade now. But Roblox has still...
What? It's been almost a decade? Oh, they don't care about you.
Continue to leave this game up and platform it. But CEO David Baszucki mentions this game by name, and here's their philosophy on this.
You know, I can see some of our community naming experiences on Roblox and just say, take it down, take it down, take it down. I'd say examples could be Meep City, for example. Can you share, like, why should that be up? Should that be down? Like, what's up?
I think one thing that's really challenging on this global immersive interactive platform is that we have content created by developers and creators and content created by the community, by the users that are in that game. And one thing that we really try to do is be fair to our developers and to not moderate them for the behavior of their users.
How is this a crazy math problem?
I still don't. Also, isn't it crazy how, like, okay, after they said this, it only took them like how many days to actually take action against the game? So, and isn't that insane? Also, again, the community, Roblox, your own creators, have been saying to take down that game for almost a decade. For almost a decade. Literally trying to save face. They were trying to save their image for their investors, because they want to look good to their investors, so their stock market goes up, so they get more money on. Which again goes to show that that interview right there was just, what did I say last episode? I showed y'all a Bible verse. The love of money is the root of all evil. The Bible doesn't say that for no reason, I can tell you that.
This is so simple. The creator of this game wants these people in their game. How is this even controversial?
Oh yeah, I didn't, oh yeah, wow. Yeah, that is insane.
The developer is giving the tools to the player to
Yes, the developer literally gives the tools for online daters. Add me, I don't bite. Jamaican American, no VC, N plus K, I don't know what that means. Insanely loyal, thank you very much. Alright, IG something blurred, I make fits, no trades unless I know you. What is this right here? Is that a cross I see? I cannot tell y'all how many, I'm sorry. I cannot tell y'all how many times I see these accounts of people, whether it be girls, whether it be males, like doing the most unbiblical, like ungodly things, and then having this Christian emoji in their bio. Every time I see this, I'm just like, what? Let's move on before I get even more mad.
Make this inappropriate content. And that is the problem with Roblox. Roblox turns a blind eye unless the developers are blatantly making not safe for work games. And even then, it is still on the line if Roblox will take action. Roblox might have just went back on their word regarding Meep City. This game had every inappropriate feature removed from it pretty much overnight. It's unknown if Roblox made Alex Neutron, the creator of Meep City, do this, but either way, it shows the public pressure is working. Games that Roblox is doubling down on are folding.
The fact that you have to apply so much pressure just for Roblox to take action is actually laughable. It's so bad. It's so bad, bro. Like, imagine you have a problem that has been brought up to you for so long. You know this problem exists. You try to defend the problem, and then when the pressure, only when the pressure gets too bad, not that you've realized, oh, this is bad, oh, this is bad. No. Only when the pressure gets bad, that's when you respond. That's when you do something. Y'all had to lose $12 billion for you to do something. This is horrible. Y'all need to change y'all's policies. Because from what it looks like, y'all care more about y'all's money and y'all's public image to y'all's investors than anything else. That's what it looks like. Again, the love of money is the root of all evil. The Bible did not say that for no reason.
So that's why it's really important to keep speaking up about this.
Keep applying pressure.
Then we saw something change. What we saw is that some of these groups started engaging with the community in ways that violated our policies. And so
So in ways that violated your policies, did those ways violate the law? So your policies, man, I hate that companies have the will and the power to just make up whatever policy, whatever terms of service they want, and like hide it behind a facade that, oh, this is a good thing, this is for child safety. Shut up, bro. My fault. I'm sorry for getting mad. It's just they hide behind this facade and try to look so, oh, we're doing the right thing, we're good, we're so good. No, you're not. Like, you do not care. You're doing this for your investors. Shut up.
Explain like what that means. They would go and create accounts on
Is it so hard for y'all to be honest? Is it so hard for y'all to actually do something good? It feels like every single time this world or these companies do something good, there's always something bad that counteracts it. Like, there's always something bad like that comes with it. Like, it's like this world, it's almost like this world is incapable of doing anything good, bro.
Roblox claiming to be a child.
Roblox keeps repeating this same talking point, that I'm impersonating and pretending to be a child. But here's the reality. You have to pretend to be a child, because if the predators knew they were talking to an adult, that wouldn't even be a crime. You guys seem to be more upset that I'm pretending to be a child than predators are decoys. And if it wasn't our decoys, it would be a real person. It's also worth noting that the FBI, ICAC, and local law enforcement all use these same exact tactics.
Yes. They're trying to push this narrative, and they're trying to make Schlep look so bad, just so they can, like, I don't know, it's like they're trying to gaslight everybody.
Roblox be willing to send them a cease and desist too? And their claim that I'm impersonating children is flat out false. Impersonation means I'm stealing the identity of a real child. From the very beginning, we've never used real kids. We don't send pictures of real children, and we create totally new identities where every single photo that's sent is of someone that is of age. The only difference is we tell these people that we are underage. This is flat out a lie, what they're claiming. But what happens next is so wild that the
lying is a sin. I'm just pointing that out.
CEO of Roblox cuts off the chief safety officer.
And then they would enter into game servers, and they would go and start asking everybody around them, how old are you? And they were seeking out adults. If you said that you were
look,
move on. But if you said that you were 25, then they would start engaging in conversations, and they would try and use those conversations to simulate.
Matt, is this
He understand. They know they're speaking BS.
Is this anecdotal? Because I know we have chat logs for all chat on Roblox and historical records. Are you able to kind of...
David totally derails that conversation. That statement is probably the most wild made by Matt Kaufman in this whole interview. To simulate what, Matt Kaufman? Because it's not simulation. These are predators thinking that they're talking to someone that is real. And they a lot of times want to show up in person and do stuff to them in real life. And in my opinion, this shows how little Roblox actually cares.
They don't care. They do not care. They do not care. Do you now see why I showed you that Bible verse? Do you now see why?
Problem. They can say whatever they want. They can talk about all the new safety features that they're rolling out, but it means nothing if lawsuits are being filed every single week against the company and headlines are making the media about a new horrible situation happening because of this platform.
Roblox facing lawsuit by Louisiana, California, Georgia, and Texas. Wow.
I also want to say how they totally mischaracterize how I run my decoy operation. We are never the first to engage with any of the predators. They always contact our decoy account first.
So we saw these actors, they're pretending to be kids, they're trying to find adults, and then what they're doing is they're trying to move the conversation as quickly as possible to other platforms that don't have the type of monitoring.
Like, what do you mean? I don't understand what they mean by that. So if I just have a friend on Roblox and then I just get them to Discord, is that bad? Am I not gonna get a cease and desist letter?
And policies that Roblox has, and then they were using.
Also, let me show you something. Yeah, right here. Look. Roblox gives you the option to put other socials on your account. If I click this, now I'm on another website, Roblox. Now am I gonna get a cease and desist letter?
Activity that happened on other platforms to create situations that they would then video, they would report to the police, and then only after would they let Roblox know.
Roblox is accusing me of encouraging adults to talk inappropriately to people they shouldn't. That is not true, and if it was true, I wouldn't have a single arrest. We present ourselves as a naive kid who doesn't know about these topics. Crimes like this should obviously be reported to law enforcement first, not Roblox.
Yes.
If Roblox is notified before the police, they can delete accounts, tip off the predators that are being investigated, and give them a chance to erase valuable evidence that the police need to prosecute. The fact that these predators are on the platform to begin with shows that their safety systems have failed. If Roblox did their jobs, there wouldn't be anybody for us to find. Roblox also claims that I'm moving these players to other platforms, but those platforms are linked directly on Roblox's own site. Roblox has actually even partnered with some of those platforms.
Like, bro.
They even own a bot on that other platform. Anyone can make an account 13 plus and see social media links on Roblox, and unsurprisingly, people in real life have been abducted because of this feature that Roblox allows. And when they say I'm creating these situations, that's just insulting. I'm not creating situations. These predators are trying to grab people within your community.
And there's a bunch of issues in here. Number one, the violation of our policies about being honest about how old you are. Number two, moving conversations off platform. And number three, waiting to tell Roblox when they identified violative behavior to come and tell us so we could take action.
And Matt
Who are y'all? Why should you guys be the first ones to hear about this? Shouldn't law enforcement be? What do you mean by that, Roblox? Why should you be the one that gets the information, that gets the report first?
In his own words, in articles about vigilantes, he said law enforcement officials are best positioned to investigate potential crime. So why is he criticizing us for going to the police first? And it's not like we're not even reporting these things to Roblox. We do. We give Roblox the same Google Drive that we give to the cops. They have the first chat log till the very end where they're in handcuffs. And we have numerous fully documented instances where Roblox refused to take action until after we released videos that got millions of views. Also, waiting to tell Roblox in general is a policy violation? If you were on Roblox and went straight to the authorities instead of reporting it to Roblox first, could you technically be violating Roblox's terms of service?
I think some of these groups started off in a really good place, and they started off, really, and they still do really care about the community. The actions that they were taking were putting our community at greater risk and were violations of our policy.
He says I'm putting the community at risk. Roblox even went as far to accuse me and my team of being similar to predators. Think about that.
That's actually dumb. I'm not gonna lie. Similar to actual predators? Like, no, they're not. Similar to actual predators because they prey on predators? How is that bad? What? They often impersonated minors, which Schlep has proven he does not do, actively approached other users, which again Schlep said he does not do, then tried to lead them to other platforms to have sexual explicit conversations, which is hypocritical, which is against our terms of service.
They're implying I am preying on predators. So to Matt Kaufman and David Bazuki, I'm very sorry for preying on the predators of your platform and getting them arrested and put in handcuffs. Because I did never want to see kids go through what I went through.
These actors that were coming on the platform, they were reaching out to dozens and dozens of people, and the vast majority of those people were not responding to those engagements, and frankly, were harmed in that process.
I'm gonna show you this predator I caught. I sent a message in the chat, and I got this guy messaging me.
Yes, okay, how old are you? I ask him back how old he is, and he says he's older than 18. I tell him I'm years old. Do you mind me being younger? No, not really. If you can keep it a secret.
Wow. I mean, come on now.
Us though. And he does Predator Strat 101. He asked for my snap.
Boom. He was the first one to ask for it. Schlep was not the one that asked for it. He was the one that asked for it first. You want Snap or DC? By the way, y'all's tags do not work, bro.
Discord. And the reason why he's asking for Snap is because the messages delete. I tell him Discord, and I get on Discord with him, and the messages begin right away.
Throughout that entire process, where did I harm anyone? Because the real harm was Roblox letting this game exist on their platform for years. It only disappeared after Hindenburg, an investment research firm, went ahead and exposed Roblox for hosting this experience. And conveniently, it vanished the moment they showcased this predator catch. Notice as well how I wasn't the one to ask for Discord or Snapchat. The predator did. Yeah. These were the sort of people interacting with our decoys, and so many people are becoming victimized from people exactly like this.
They were normalizing policy.
Honestly, the more you look into this, the more it looks like Roblox really does not know what's going on. Either they don't know what's going on, or they don't care. They just want to see their stock market go up, and that's it. There's two options, maybe a third one if you argue enough.
Violations on the platform.
What? Roblox's own algorithm.
Is this even still a thing, bro? Let me check. So let's see, this is my main account. Let's see if that's still a thing. What's it called? Popped white what? Avatar, yeah, so stupid. Why is there what? Huh? Sneaky Golem is in Roblox. Alright. Okay, bro. Alright. Search cat girl stretching. Let me see if this is still a thing. Oh. Okay. Alright. And it looks normal. Oh no. The thing is, obviously these don't look bad on their own, but the thing is, when you combine it with other animations maybe the other person is doing, it can become very bad. Also, this one can become very bad. I want y'all to see something. If I were just to search this and go to characters, right? This is what Roblox allows nowadays. Right here. What the frick is this? What? But look. Gang, bro, like, gang. Hold on, let me try to find. Yep, they allow this as well. A robot girl. This looks demonic. Like, are we serious right now? Roblox, be so for real. like Roblox, be so for real, Roblox. Good thing my avatar don't make this look good, bro. Like, bro. Ew. Roblox allows very bad stuff on their platform, like a lot of bad stuff. Although this one right here, it doesn't seem like it's actually here anymore. So even though there's another variation, but yeah, it doesn't seem like it's here anymore. They took that down. Hey, congratulations, you took that down. Wow. Congratulations, Roblox.
Roblox's own algorithm recommends inappropriate items to
This is insane.
People. Roblox actively hosts not safe for work games for children. Roblox themselves, in this interview, doubled down on one of the most infamous instances of inappropriate behavior that they've allowed for nearly a decade, and they're really going at me for normalizing policy violations. Absolutely unbelievable.
And the other piece is, oftentimes the sort of evidence that was collected, the video evidence, was really difficult to verify, really difficult for us. And if law enforcement had to verify it, then they're talking about subpoenas and And so I think something that sometimes seems obvious to folks in the community really is just much more complicated on the back end.
I'm not sure how the evidence that I was sending you guys was hard to verify. I sent you guys screen recordings of us scrolling through the entire chat on mobile, and a lot of the stuff that happens is happening directly within Roblox. Like, for instance, when Roblox refused to ban this predator, we got arrested in Hawaii, and he was literally talking in-game about planning the meetup in real life on Roblox. With all that being said, I wanted to ask someone who's been working with law enforcement and has been doing predator catching since before I was even born. So I decided to take a seat with Chris Hansen to catch some answers.
I'm Chris Hansen. I'm co-founder and correspondent reporter for the True Blue Streaming Crime Network. We do a lot of crime and investigative reporting. Our Takedown series, which exposes predators trying to exploit children online. And we also work on a number of documentaries, including this particular project, exposing the sort of thing that goes on Roblox.
I wanted to ask you about some of the comments that Roblox has specifically stated about like predator catching. One of the main complaints is pretending to be a child. I want to know your answer. It's kind of obvious, but the importance of using decoy accounts to just find different predators.
Well, we couldn't do it without using decoy accounts. In the very beginning, we had an online watchdog group, Perverted Justice, do that work, and now, and for the last...
Also, by the way, sorry I paused it, but like, by the way, again, I don't understand what they mean by impersonating a minor or pretending to be a minor. So, Roblox, you would rather an actual minor, like, be in those conversations? That's what you would rather? I don't understand what they mean by that.
Several years, it's been members of law enforcement who have posed as children online, merely sitting in one of these areas, and they wait to be approached by somebody who is seeking to exploit children. And then the conversation takes place. It all happens according to the law, and then that gets turned over. Now, I understand that anytime somebody is not with law enforcement, it gives pause to a corporation. It's like, okay, here's this kid. We don't know whether he's following the rules properly. We don't know if he's running this by a lawyer. Maybe you could argue that they just don't want that sort of activity on their platform, but you think they'd be more worried about the activity that you're exposing.
That's what I've been trying to get at this whole time.
Let's worry about that, number one, and then you can have a conversation with young Schlep. I mean, if I were the CEO of Roblox, I would make you an ambassador for security. I would get out in front of this thing and do what would be a fantastic promotional move. I'm a little dumbfounded that they haven't figured it out, given that these guys are in the high-tech world who invented this stuff in some ways. Why don't they get ahead of it and get a young guy on their team?
That's
what I'm doing with you, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
it's not that hard to figure out. I learned a long time ago that if you're not listening to the youngest guy or girl in the room, you're missing opportunity. You have to evolve, and you have to keep on top of this technology, and you have to bring new ideas into the room to do your job. My job is to expose bad people. You are helping.
I mean, the thing is, I've made it very, very clear to Roblox since the beginning. Give us a private line. We are open to communicate with you. We want to talk with you guys. We know a lot of these really bad actors, and the first official contact I had with them was the cease and desist letter.
It's horrible from a public image standpoint. I mean, you're killing the messenger, right? It's not like you're out there tracking these guys down with, tasers and smoke guns. I mean, you're providing information to the platform to do something about it.
One of the major complaints that Roblox had about me was that I was actually going to law enforcement first before sending their report, just so that they would have a start to finish conversation of everything that took place. Did you guys ever reach out to social media sites before this sting goes down?
No, we always go to law enforcement. We work with law enforcement in everything we do. And that is to ensure a successful prosecution. That's why the prosecution rate in these stings is, like 99.1%. It's law enforcement first, then they can deal with the corporation. The corporation should be more concerned about reporting what it finds to law enforcement to investigate.
I'm going to read to you a quote from Roblox's corporate blog describing our operations. Similar to actual predators, they often impersonate actively approach users and then try to lead them onto different platforms to have explicit conversations. We obviously do not talk to these predators. We don't impersonate real children. Our decoys are, adults.
Well, I think if they're mischaracterizing what you're doing, that's wrong. Based upon what you've said to me, you don't actively bait these guys in terms of making the first approach. You merely set up a profile as somebody who's underage, and you exist in that room until an adult approaches one of your decoys. Then if conversation takes place, they get exposed, and that information gets turned over to law enforcement. And in many cases, they do something, and then you report that both on your platform as a citizen journalist, a young guy working on these stories, and to Roblox to take action as a corporate citizen.
I thought it was kind of wild how they compared what we're doing to actual predators.
Well, if they're mischaracterizing what you're doing, yeah, that's horrible. This entire project is going to be healthy for Roblox, and it's going to be especially good for users of Roblox, because anything that creates awareness and a dialogue is important. And you need to tell parents that this stuff exists, that these dangers are out there, and that if your child is approached by a predator, they need to come to the parents. I mean, that's the first line of defense. It's great what you're doing. It's great what I do. And it's really great that law enforcement and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children does all this work every day across the country. It's great that Roblox has a department that takes a look at some of this stuff. What's not great is the lack of connection here that could make it even better and safer. Until that happens, we have to show parents what goes on here, and they have to have the discussion with kids and say, hey, be careful.
What made you like interested into like getting into Roblox?
You know, I was personally getting communications on social media saying, you need to look into this, you need to look into this, you need to look into this. And then we saw a big case down in Florida where a guy was arrested in Central Florida for and actually giving them Robux and having them exploit siblings and other. It made headlines down in Marion County, Florida. And so I started digging into it. We had good contacts with that sheriff's department there. And we actually, ironically, just did a predator sting, a takedown sting down there. So we started with an interview there. And it turns out that in the same jurisdiction, there was a 10-year-old girl who was exploited on Roblox by a man all the way over in England. And so we interviewed that victim's mother, and all of a sudden all these cases started developing, including the lawsuit by the Attorney General in Louisiana.
It's interesting you mentioned Florida, because we got an arrest there. We got it in Polk County, and it was a guy who possessed.
Polk County, as you know, is where Sheriff Grady Judd is, and they're very active in this space.
Oh, yeah.
We do work with them as well. First of all, it breaks my heart, and I'm so sorry that you had to deal with this as a younger guy on this particular platform. The fact that you were bullied and preyed upon and advantage of, and that it went to the extent it did, it breaks my heart, and this is why we do these investigations. But to see you at your age turn it into a positive and do something about it, I think is incredible and admirable.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
From a guy who's been kicking around doing this for 42 or 43 years now, it's really cool, because when I started on television, I was your age. I was 22 years old. So when I see a young person do this kind of work, it's very impressive to me, because I know what it takes.
Yeah, I mean, it's very crazy when you start looking into this stuff. I mean, it's a rabbit hole. Only gets more disturbing the more you see it.
Well, and since we announced that we're doing this documentary and that you are collaborating, I am overwhelmed.
Oh yeah, I saw a tweet on Twitter. It got like 160,000 likes that you're just even looking into the platform. Because that's the thing, people have known about these issues for so long, but journalists haven't done enough to like really look into it. And now it's starting to break into the world where everybody is starting to start to be aware.
Well, now you're seeing more mainstream, outlets cover it. And
yeah.
Look, we have the ability to infiltrate this world because we've been doing it for 21 years. First with To Catch a Predator, and for the last 2.5 years at True Blue, our streaming crime network, with Takedown. So we know how to do this and work with law enforcement. Now, a lot of people can go out and do this stuff independently, but here you are, a good example of somebody who has done the work and given it to law enforcement. And that's the key here, because if you expose these guys and make fun of them and do a Borat kind of thing like some other content creators, they often don't face the consequences. They don't have to register as a offender. They don't get prosecuted.
Yeah, and I think the thing is too, a lot of the reason why I have to make this content is because we reach out to Roblox, we give them the emails, we give them all the information. They don't respond until after we publish a video that gets millions of views on YouTube. It makes me concerned, because if we're getting that, what are real victims getting?
Look, I understand a little bit Roblox situation here. What they're trying to do is follow the protocol. When they see something, they're mandated to report that to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, which then refers it to law enforcement. And that's good, and they should be doing that. But why they wouldn't also take advantage of information given to them, wrapped with a bow around it, as you have done, it's stunning to me that they wouldn't see the opportunity here to be an ally of yours as opposed to somebody who they're making an example of and saying,
Oh, for sure.
the rules, banning you. I don't understand that. From a corporate citizen aspect, it doesn't make sense. From a public relations standpoint, it doesn't make sense. And from a justice-seeking standpoint, it doesn't make sense. So I don't know, and I hope that during the course of this, that I'll get a chance to sit down with somebody at Roblox. And I have a feeling that's going to happen. But I'm going to be posing all of those questions when that interview takes place.
To young people who look up to you and see predators in online spaces, what is the single most important step that they can take to protect themselves?
I would be hesitant to tell people to conduct their own investigations, but I'm adamant that you got to report this stuff to your local law enforcement agency. You got to report it to the service provider. You got to report it to the platform. Hopefully, between those three things, you get some action. I think 15, 20 years ago, law enforcement would be a little overwhelmed by this and say, if you're in a small town, you go to the police department, say this happened, they say, okay, well, I'm not sure how to investigate it. Well, today, every department has the ability to investigate this stuff, and they are very willing to take these cases on.
It's an absolute honor to have Chris Hansen featured on this channel. Chris Hansen is flying me out soon to actually feature in his Roblox documentary about exploitation. With everything that we've learned so far, one question persists. Why did I get this cease and desist? I'll let this alleged former Roblox employee answer this question for you.
This is where it gets deep right here.
You have to make a decision, right? You keep your players safe, but then it would be less of them on the platform. Or you just let them do what they want to do, and then all the numbers look good, and investors will be happy.
Horrible way of thinking. You should never do something to look good, even the Bible talks about this. Think about it like that. Like, oh, should I do the obvious good thing, or should I try to get investors happy and make more money and have more people on our platform, which makes us look good? Because look at our numbers, 100 million concurrent players a month. That's insane. Like, that shouldn't even be a question, first of all. Like, it's so dumb. Like, I hate it.
You might just be thinking this is one alleged Roblox employee. Well, Bloomberg is claiming that 8 Roblox employees told a very similar story to this in 2024. Roblox actively forces victims of the platform into arbitration, a tactic so unethical that platforms like Uber and Lyft actually have policies against doing this. The reason they're doing it is even more outrageous. Because this person received so many benefits from using the platform, he cannot now complain that Roblox is trying to prevent him from seeking justice in court for the life-altering harm he suffered. Here's why I personally care so much about this problem.
Who's been offered free Robux to do something that was inappropriate?
Look at how many kids raise their hands
In the game.
Look, so many kids have been sent messages like, oh, I'll give you 1,000 Robux if you do this for me or this for me. Horrible. I had to emphasize that. How many of y'all, by the way, back in the day when y'all were searching on the internet how to get free Robux, I was definitely one of those kids, by the way. Like, if I back then were to get a message like, oh, I'll give you 1,000 Robux if you were to like do this inappropriate thing for me, my stupid self back then, naive self, would probably, actually, I don't know if I would do that or not, but I would think about it like very hard, like, Robux, I want Robux. All kids want is, like, at a young age, they want Robux, they want V-Bucks, they want, in-game currencies to buy their favorite avatars or favorite, pure, normal, nice. But what some people do is take advantage of that and try to use that to get what their sick minds desire. Personal opinion, those people need to be eradicated from existence. Obviously, we shouldn't eradicate them from existence, but they should be put in jail. Justice should be served. But the fact that look how many kids are raising their hands.
Or someone has said, I'll give you some free Robux.
Wow.
If you come and follow me on Snapchat or TikTok or something like that. Who's had that happen? Okay, loads of you.
I've seen a lot of corruption in big tech, but I've never seen a company harm this many young people at the scale Roblox has. They can say whatever they want about safety or try to discredit me, but the arrests and their response to those arrests speak louder than any PR statement that they could possibly make. This isn't just about moderation. The rot goes all the way up to the CEO, a man whose vision includes adding dating to this platform and
Again, look, again. Oh wait, I just stopped my recording. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. Again, 17 plus. Why not? Why 17 plus? Why not? They want to actually add dating into their site, bro. Like, it's a kid's game. Kid's game. You shouldn't even be you shouldn't even be thinking of adding any adult content on there. Not at all, bro. For 17 plus verified people and 17 plus experiences, why do those experiences exist on a kid's game anyway? Like, kids cannot just fake their age and then like, man, anyway, bro. The amount of problems this has already by the first sentence is crazy. Thousands of adults will meet for the first time in Roblox dating experiences subsequent, what does that say? Subsequently form real-life relationships. Oh, brother.
Defending predatory games like Meep City. It's not even negligence, it's his literal philosophy. The narrative around Roblox needs to change. People have to understand what this platform actually is. Share what's happening, talk about it. Make sure your friends, parents, journalists, and lawmakers know how deep these problems run. Call your congressman and tell him he won't stand by while Roblox puts children in danger. I've been sounding the alarm for over a year as a whistleblower, and Roblox's leadership has tried to silence me. What needs to happen is David Baszucki needs to sit in front of Congress under oath, and he needs to explain why so many people have been abducted and abused on his platform, and why his company is choosing profits over safety.
Go support Schlep on Schlep.tv, you know. But dang, bro. For the love of money is the roots of all kinds of evil. Some people, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. I said this in the last episode as well. Jesus said to his disciples, things that cause people to stumble are bound to come. AKA bad things that cause people to stumble, as in things that make them sin, or things that, you know, have them questioning their faith, or have them having a bunch of anxiety, or things like that in general, are bound to come. They will come in this life. But woe to anyone through whom they come. Interesting. It would be better for them to be thrown into the sea with a millstone tied around their neck than to cause one of these little ones as in children, to stumble, to sin. And Roblox, as we have seen, and as the evidence shows, has chosen money over the safety of children. So, I would be very cautious, Roblox. Jesus does not say this lightly. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. Thanks for watching. Spread the word. Go to this video. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button on Schlep. Yeah. Let's get Roblox to take some accountability.